So now let's get into the Creative Content Communicator acronym. The first step is conversation. How do businesses start a conversation and what will help build emotional connections? Create content that is inspiring, relevant, and engaging to starting conversations in the industry. Find out what consumers are wanting and fact find to help position the business's content to spark these conversations. Pointers to help consumers know the business and start the combo. Introduce yourself, employees' business. Make sure, I've said it a thousand times, I think, in this chapter, be human. Ask questions. Let users see what the business is looking for and what the team is looking like. Include bios on the blog. Make someone the figurehead or brand ambassador. Build a community, group, or forum. Include customers in the celebrations of successes and anniversaries. I follow a YouTube channel and she's always like, saying like, I have 100,000 followers. Like, she wants us to be celebrating with her. Invite customers to the conversation or spark a debate. Use Q&A websites and respond to questions. Look at the most searched keywords on Google or Keyword Tool and create stuff based on those keywords. Use customer polling sites such as quizzes and surveys, and they're great tools for fact finding and researching. Use live video chat and messaging tools. Use social media app mentions to start conversations. Comment on posts to get conversations going. Ask for thoughts and feedback on content. The second step would be to react. When customers take actions on content, businesses need to react to any interaction. Turn on the organization's notifications to stay up to date. The level of reactions help quantify whether the content is having an impact on the business. It's important to understand this through tracking or reporting across channels. If the content is not getting engaging, start determining the problem. What is not being the most effective way to look at this content? Social media is one of the most engaging types of content businesses can use. If a reaction is a lead on social media, then the business needs to have processes in place to instantly respond and nurture the lead through a sale. Repurpose content when replying to commonly asked questions. Analytics is a great way to track how many visitors will actually land on the business's content. Content can be landing pages, websites, social media content, blog posts, anything that's related and can have a reaction. Knowing this information evokes important questions that need to be answered before changing any design or content related to elements on pages. The questions that you might be asking would be, are users clicking the back button? That would lead to a lower bounce rate. And if you were in my analytics course, you know what bounce rate is. What is the most persuasive area on that page? What calls of actions are working? Is there any content that the users are scrolling past or ignoring? Is the content positioned in order for a customer to consume it? Is the website easy to navigate and can the visitor locate content they are looking for in a positive experience? Where is the business's traffic coming from, and what does that segment of the audience do on the site? Analyze what content appeals to the website's visitors. Some tools that will help you analyze this would be Crazy Egg, and I did include the link. Crazy Egg analysts allow analysts to see heat map reports, and a heat map is where the most or least clicked elements on a web page are. The scroll map report, where this interest is on the page and where people stop scrolling to consume or scroll past and ignore. Confetti click reports see each and every click on the page by traffic source. Overlay report see the numeric quantifying number of clicks and the clickable elements. A list report lists all of the page's elements with interactions and activity for each page. User session recording explore the customer journey for all visitor sessions, see exactly what users are doing and where they're visiting the customer website. And then we have A/B testing tools, which would be to create tests on a device to make minor changes on Crazy Egg Editor. You would set a goal for the business to see what variant is performing better. And I've talked about A/B testing before. Do subtle changes, not one huge element change, because then you won't know exactly what was making the website perform better or worse. The third step would be to educate. Consumers engage in various ways, right? Consumers are always wanting more content, and they want to be educated. If businesses can get users into a state of learning through educational content, then the users will watch a video longer. Fun fact. That's why how to and DIY videos are so relevant right now. The content is referred to as added value content. The businesses are not trying to sell through promotion, but they're building a relationship, which is called social selling. Mental stimulation, such as learning, is a part of keeping our brains healthy, young, and active. Brains crave knowledge because users feel increased pleasure when grasping a new concept. Why do you think education is so important? We love learning. We love having that feeling of self gratification from learning more about a concept, a purpose. It also means that consumers will engage with consumers and will have the content when it is generated towards educational, and we will view it as learning. The development is an important part of the human psyche. Research has found that learning has a positive impact on happiness and well-being. Types of content that teaches users something new, such as how-to tutorials, said that already, are very popular. The fourth step in the creative content communicator is awareness. Getting the brand awareness through content marketing can be achieved through promotional content across channels. This can also be achieved through the use of influencers' content strategy, and it needs to be clearly defined. Some types of content that would bring awareness to a brand or business would be blogs, video, infographics, case studies, ebooks, white papers, checklists, interviews, testimonial, social media posts, and gifs and memes. In this awareness, we talk about Moscow's hierarchy of needs. If you have taken marketing and or consumer behavior, you have gone over Moscow hierarchy of needs, especially if you've been in my courses. There is a checklist that we need as humans. We have to have psychological needs met, which is air, water, food, shelter, clothing, reproduction, everything psychological. Safety needs would be personal security, employment, resources, health, property. Anything that falls in between those categories is a safety. Following that would be love and belonging, such as friendships, intimacy, family, sense of connection. After that is esteem, which would be respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. And then self-actualization, which is what you're doing now. It is a desire that you want to be the best. You want to have an evolved sense of like education. The purpose of the hierarchy lists on social media needs. So you want to use these needs as a way to connect with your consumers. If they have psychological needs met, then maybe go to safety needs or keep going up the ladder to understand what your consumer needs. There's also another kind of need fulfillment, which is Edgar Dell's cone of experience. 10% is what we read, 20% is what we hear, 30% is what we see, 50% is what we see and hear, 70% is what we say and write, 90% is what we do. So really take that into consideration as well. Be consistent and use frequency. Developing content marketing strategies. So before business can actually, create this content marketing strategy, businesses need to answer these questions. What is the vision? How will the content highlight the company's values, and how will it help the business meet the organization's goals? Value. What is the value the business is bringing to the industry and to the customers? Voice. How does the business want to be seen? Authoritative, friendly, customer-centric, or anything in those lines? The 5 steps to create a content marketing strategy. The first step would be to plan. Plan for the audiences. Set a mission, goals, and key performance indicators. Audit. Assess activities and choose channels, budgets, and decide on the content types. Creation and optimization for content helps SEO to establish a vision, value, and voice for our story. Performance. Processes in place for audience actions such as engagement, conversations, and conversions. Lead generation, nurture, distribution. Schedule and distribute content and measure ROI, optimization, and testing. Modern day marketers spend the majority of our time on content marketing, not the creation of content. 55% of content marketing is through creating, monitoring, and tracking. 20% is on the research and analysis, such as creating a plan, customer profiling, and audience messaging. 10% would be the keywords and competitor research. 10% is publishing and sharing content. And 5% is on technical SEO on page optimization, which we've talked about before, which would be more keywords and hyperlinking. Step 5, tips. Do not post graphics every day on social media. Mix it up. Be a person on social media. That is so important. I cannot say that so many times. I moved to North Carolina, and the apartment complexes I live in right now are the social media posts are just they're pushing it in front of our faces, right? They are saying we are this, we are that, we are that. And I just want to comment on their social media posts and be like, please let me help you. I'll do it for free because this is so bad. And the thing is the apartment complexes are so nice. It's a very uppity area. And so I'm like, what are they doing? Use content that can be posted on various social media outlets. Create visible and engaging content. Repurpose content is the easiest option, especially if they have really good posts. There's also a option called evergreen, and this is content that posts are always getting attention from. The audiences are always looking at this. It's kind of considered timeless. I consider this like the little black dress that is a timeless attire. It is evergreen. Continue displaying this type of content somewhere on a web page. Always use that type of content if you know it performs well and is engaging and consumers love it. Post it. Factors to consider when creating content would be to set an objective, speak to the audience, timing, what is the number one thing that they're looking for, amplify, and then go back and measure it. Psychological colors. I included the author's photo on this slide because colors are actually super influential. I don't know if you know this, but why do you think every fast food chain uses red in their color scheme? Red actually has been proven to make you eat more, and so, or think you're more hungry. That's why a lot of consumers and businesses don't use blue, because blue actually makes you eat less. It's really interesting to understand why brands pick these images and color schemes. And you can look through this. You can actually, I'll try to include some links of studies on color. But here are the reasons why red is powerful, it is exciting, strength, it has passion, and it's energetic. So look through that. It's pretty interesting to see. The best tools for creating engaging content and for targeting audiences. So I've included a bunch of different websites that you can go look at and to kind of create more websites. There's GIFmaker, Powtoons, Animations, Pictochart, Picton, Design Manic, Canva. We use that one. You're going to love Canva. Remove, BG, MailChimp, ClickFunnels, Evergreen, Webinars. All right, let's go on to the 6th step, inspire, reading blogs. So read other industries' leading blogs as well as competitors for the inspiration. It allows digital marketers to influence and create more engaging content and flourish online. If you can get ideas of what consumers like to read or what they're wanting to understand, look at your competitors. You don't copy it, but you use it to create your own blog posts. Lead by example when it comes to blogging. And some of the blogging tools that are really important for like measurement and analyzation would be BuzzStream and BuzzSumo. Writing blogs, the most common area is when we're thinking about this is procrastination. It is really, it's not hard to write a blog, but you kind of tend to procrastinate it because it is time consuming. Blogs allow businesses to generate 40% more traffic due to appealing more times in search results and visibility in search engines. So blogs are really important. There's a strategy to do this and when to dedicate time. Creating and publishing unique content each month on a blog. Sharing reputable and helpful content with the community on social networks. Engaging conversation and discussion on social media. empowering and promoting others' content, growing network and community by connecting and following, analyzing and reflecting upon what is working and what can be improved upon. The seventh step is visibility. Paid, earned, and owned media. You've probably heard of this before. We're going to go over it one more time. Every business has an opportunity to influence customers through three types of media. There is paid, which is sponsorship of any form of paid advertising. Earned is PR media or blogger coverage, reviews, ratings, testimonial, word of mouth, viral content, and social interactions. And then there's owned. Any of the corporate's content, such as websites, blog, brochures, social media platforms, anything like that, is owned media. There is converged media. It is when paid, owned, and earned media are combined in a form of branded content, in which it's also used to generate earned media. And then shared media is when content is created by multiple creators, such as word of mouth, referrals, community-driven content, and co-creators. Enhancing visibility would be to have a page dedicated to categories like webinars, case studies, white papers, and guides. Keep content visible and keep driving traffic to the most successful content. Create top content lists, such as spotlighting most popular content, such as the top 10 articles on the blog, to front load content that is consistently and frequently driving traffic. Use advertising to support content and sales processes, and involve influencers. I love influencers. You all probably follow a bunch of influencers and you may not even know they are. And our last stage is entertain. Create content that is entertaining and will maintain the consumer's attention for prolonged periods. There's over 300 hours of video content uploaded on YouTube every minute. So make sure you stand out. Make sure that you know who your target audience is and entertain them, educate them, learn from them. Given the short attention span to 10 to 20 minutes, don't make videos too long. Short and sweet. Make it the content consistent and keep their attention. Host podcasts. Use branded video content. Host video shows. Use comic strips. Have animations. And that is chapter 14. We're getting so close. A summary would be, we examine the ways to develop content into a digital presence. We reviewed the content marketing process and cycle, and we analyze all of the 8 steps in the Creative Content Communicator. If you have any questions at all, feel free to contact me anytime. If not, I will see you next week.